Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Beer with the Business Owner. I am your host, as we know, Jordan Lloyd from GMCCI and Jordan Lloyd Photography. We are back at Contrary. We know I love it here, not only when we're hosting Beer with the Business Owner, but also just as a social hobby too. We love the people that work here and all they have going on, their trivia nights, everything. So they just do a really great job with not only brewing beer, but with all their events and their community outreach too. So super excited to be here. At least the weather's nice. I hate when I always forget what I'm gonna say, and so I just give a weather update like you're gonna watch this in real time and or care what the weather's like. You're not, but it's fine. Anyways, on a lighter note, we have an awesome guest. She's wonderful. She's got some wonderful business stuff going on, and I'm just really excited to talk to her. And so she's to my right. It's Tenneil, and she's from R7 Reclaimed. So applause from the live studio audience. And our live studio audience, I mean Hannah Howard, who's so wonderful, to come and make sure we don't have any technical difficulties. Hi, Tenneil.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, good.
Good. Okay, so welcome to Beer with the Business Owner. Thanks for being on it. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna play a game, but really quick, tell the people where you're from, your business, and just very minor back details.
All right, I'm Tenneil Register with R7 Reclaimed in Grandview, Iowa. We are a destination storefront, and I offer some business coaching. So let's have some fun.
Yes, I'm really excited.
You know I'm good at games.
Okay.
You didn't ask me that.
Well, I didn't ask you because I'm also really good at games.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we're gonna play a new game, guys. We're gonna play Heads Up, which is not anything I came up with. Usually I come up with the games, but I figured Heads Up's a good one, so why reinvent the wheel, right? Like Ellen invented this, so it's gotta be pretty good. What is... Yeah, she did, yeah. She did. She put it on her show, and she invented it. I mean, or someone on her marketing team did, but cool. I don't know. Okay, pick a category.
All right.
Okay, this is Mix It Up again, so we're doing Mix It Up.
Wait, don't you want to just say
This is Mix It Up. Okay, this is a TV show, and I think I'm not gonna be able to describe it. Skip. Okay, this is a type of animal, but it's also a movie. He's a superhero and he has big claws.
Spider-Man? No.
He's okay. Oh my god, why are they all TV shows? Okay. This is a TV show. I don't know what it's about, but okay. This guy is 007.
James Bond.
Yes. Not to be confused with R7. They have 8 legs. It's an animal.
Spider.
No, it's in the water.
It's an animal octopus.
Here. Oh, this is a show. His friend's name is Dory. Oh, he was married to Jennifer Lopez. He might still be.
I have no idea.
Ben Affleck. I don't know anything about it. Yeah.
You should have said your teenage heart.
Oh, I should have said that. Tenneil, you loved this guy.
You should have known.
Oh, duh. Okay.
She's in her 40s. She'll love it. Oh, Jiminy.
Cricket.
Yeah. A swimmer. U.S. Olympic swimmer.
Boy? Michael Phelps?
Yes.
Boy.
A TV show where they run around in their bathing suits, trying to stay alive and win.
Survivor?
Yes. I think he's a boxer. Yes, a boxer, and maybe he tasted beer once.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Oh, she's an actress. She's blonde.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to tell you anymore.
That is not specific.
This is a movie, and there's a pig in it, and there's a spider, and...
It's Charlotte Fleck.
This is also a movie, and there's deer in it.
Bambi.
Yeah. You liked mine?
Green. Nails. Nails.
Manicure.
I'm like, what? Yeah, you acted it out. This is acted out. Okay.
Wait, was that an action?
No.
Just get ready.
Oh.
Clock.
Yep.
Flies?
Yeah. Oh,
So yeah.
Oh,
Cut your hair. Haircut.
yeah. Oh,
Ear. Pierce your ear.
yep.
Basketball.
Yep.
Open a can. Drink a beer. Drink a pop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rodeo.
Yeah.
Ride a horse. Cowboy.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. Oh.
Ride a horse.
Yeah, horseback riding. Yeah. Oh.
Hi. Take a nap. Surprise. It's because you're a great actress.
Thank you so much.
Let's see how
You're a better actress than a TV show host. I can watch. Play the violin.
Yes.
It's going upstairs.
Pat.
Okay. Oh, it is. Putting on clothes, putting on pants, putting on shirt, pulling up your pants, pulling up, getting dressed. What? Plucking your eyebrows.
Yes.
Whisking. Mixing something up. Baking. Baking a cake. Putting something in the oven. More specifically, I don't know. Okay? It's stir fry. I don't know what's happening. Try again. What was that one?
Cookie.
Oh, no.
A boomerang? Arrow.
Yeah, bow and
Bow
arrow.
and arrow there.
Let's do it again. Oh.
A Pinocchio.
Yes.
Honk your worm.
Yep.
Brush your hair. Blow dry your hair.
Yep.
Paint your nails.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Meditate.
Yep.
Here. Cartwheel. Cartwheel. She's okay.
Time's up. I've never been good at doing cartwheels.
I thought it was beautiful.
Thank you. Riding a bike? Oh, like bicycling, yes. Batting. No. Swinging. Chopping wood. Cat.
Baseball.
Baseball. Oh, stomach ache. I'm gonna eat and I'm full. No, I'm not full. Hungry.
Yeah.
Shopping. No. I'm so excited that I got it right. I'm mowing the lawn. Okay. Oh, motorcycle.
Yeah, driving a motorcycle.
Running.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, squats. No, weightlifting.
Yes.
Yeah. Putting on makeup.
Yes.
Good enough. Good enough. Wow. We did pretty good.
That was a workout.
I know I'm a little
That
hot.
was weightlifting.
I'm a little hot.
Bicycling.
You were doing all this stuff.
Running.
My favorite part's gonna be that you can't see her legs, but I can. Right? It's just gonna look like a lot of this.
I don't know how else to bicycle.
Oh no, I agree. Like
Without my
bitty
legs.
bitty. I wouldn't know either. Okay, good job. Cheers.
I need to just drink water. Water. From the workout. Water. Water.
Okay. Okay. Tell me about your business.
Yeah.
And how you kind of give me the backstory. So, like, how you kind of came to owning R7, what that looks like, where'd you start, how'd you get where you are?
All right. So R7 Reclaim started kind of on accident. I was a teacher, and we had 5 kids, and things were just getting crowded around the house with decor and clutter, and I loved to decorate seasonally.
Okay.
And so I did like a flea market, vendor market to kind of just purge some things from the house. But what I found out was I had a blast doing it
Okay.
because all of the people at the market were other adult women.
Okay.
So it was kind of like a girl's day out.
Yep.
But instead of spending all my money,
Yep.
I started making some.
Yeah,
And
that's
so-
always the best.
Yeah, so I didn't really just signed up for a couple to purge, but at the first one, we kind of sold out of everything.
Okay.
And we had already signed up for a
That's
second
awesome.
date. And so my daughter and I took half of our profits.
Yep.
And we went to a flea market and we loaded up a
Okay.
truckload.
That had to be fun.
It
You're willing
was.
to pick out that stuff.
A blast.
Especially because you'd probably run out of things in your home, right? To like just like start randomly taking stuff off the walls and being like, okay, keep shoveling stuff out the door until you sold out your entire house.
Yeah, I think my family was afraid of that, and I'll confess, to this day, at least 50% of what's hanging in our house has a tag on it. Ready to be sold at any time.
At any
Or
time.
maybe I'm not sure if I like it yet.
Someone comes over and they're like, wow, that's so pretty. And you're like, well, for the low price of, it's reclaimed, it's loved.
Right.
Yes, I love that.
So that's kind of how I
Okay.
drifted into this.
Yes.
And I had so much fun doing it. My kids enjoyed helping, and so we started signing up for these markets, and that's kind of how we drifted into it.
Okay.
I had a background in business. I went to my first 2 years of college for teaching while working in corporate retail.
Okay.
And at the end of those 2 years, I had to decide, am I going to become a teacher or I'm going to keep on this management path?
Yep.
And so I stayed on that path for about 10 years. Then when I had my baby, who was our youngest of the R7 clan, I finished my teaching degree. And so at the time that R7 started taking form, I was teaching full-time with no intention of leaving it.
Yep.
But as the years went on and R7 continued to grow, a couple of years ago, it became obvious that we could not continue the path of me teaching full-time and this business growing. So now I just teach part-time and run R7.
Very cool.
So,
Tell me what's the name R7 mean?
so R7 represents our family. We're a blended
Okay.
family. And we were looking for a name that included everyone in our family because we didn't all share the same last name.
Awesome.
So long before R7 was a business, it was our family nickname.
That's awesome.
And then the motto, Found, Reclaimed, Loved, represented our faith, our family, and also represented the stuff we were reclaiming, reselling, repurposing. And so it just stuck. Honestly, it just stuck. And now when people wear it on their clothing, it just kind of blows my mind.
Yeah.
Because it was really kind of just our like family theme.
Little mantra thing and you're
Yeah. And it just kind
now
of
it's
took
a
off.
whole brand. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, I love that. And that's got to be really amazing to have such a meaningful name behind your business too, because I feel like it also has to show your kids what you're able to build, and really have meaning behind that. I think that's awesome.
We really tried from the beginning as this thing grew to recognize that we have the opportunity to change a legacy for our kids from a family standpoint, but also from an entrepreneur standpoint. So.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. Tell me so it started to pick up with the markets and open air, things like that. You're selling off everything in your house besides your kids, going to flea markets, picking out all that fun stuff. How did we get to where we are today with the big, beautiful barn in Grandview and everything like that?
Yeah, so at the time we were operating from our house, from our garage, and from our horse trailer. And people started to ask, do you have a storefront? And I was like, do you want me to have a storefront? And then also, the family was a little tired of giving up all the garage and extra space to my hobby. And so we owned an apartment building, and there was one that was especially cute with like beams on the ceilings and a fireplace. And so I made that my studio. It gave me a place for inventory, a place where I could paint and work, and then a place when people asked, I could say yes by appointment.
Yes.
You can come and shop.
Like a showroom.
Yes.
Cool.
And so we did that, and after we had been doing that for a little while, we actually hosted our first event, like a spring opening of that studio, and then the reclaimed barn in town that was previously a garden center was having their store closing sale. And so we had this great event of shopping, and everyone loved it.
Yep.
And then I was able to approach them and kind of take over that space. And so that's kind of how we became a destination storefront.
Right.
We already were building this following of customers from our markets, plus then we put in a beautiful destination like the barn.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not into home decor or vintage or repurposed items, the barn itself is kind of worth the drive to come out and see. And then we've also added to our product line so that there's
Yeah.
something for everyone.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it grew. And we still do the hard work of going out to market
Yep.
and sharing our brand and what we're doing.
Yeah.
And we had to learn over time, okay, so now we have this beautiful place and we have cool product in it. We know customers are going to have to come from further away than Grandview or
Right.
even just Muscatine.
Right.
So how do we make it worth the drive?
Right.
So we started thinking about, okay, besides buying things, what can we add
Right.
so that it's worth the trip?
Right.
And we started talking with our staff, like how do we make sure as an experience that it's worth someone's time? Because really
Yeah.
your time is worth maybe more than your money.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great mindset to have as a small business owner.
Yeah, and so we just started really sitting around a round table and saying, like, if somebody came 2 hours, what do we need to do to make sure when they left that they felt like it was worth it, and
Yeah.
that they tell people it's worth the drive.
Yeah,
So-
that's awesome. Which I absolutely think it is. And if you haven't been to the R7 barn, you absolutely need to go. Not only to check out all their stuff, but for the experience. So when talking around your round table, talking to your staff and stuff, what were some of the things that I know you put on so many events and things like that. What are some of those experience elements, I guess, that you identified that people from around this area and the greater area, really wanted, not just to come and, look for your awesome stuff?
So one of the things is the way that we make them feel.
Mm-hmm.
We want them to feel like they're coming home,
Mm-hmm.
right? We want it to have down-home hospitality.
Yeah.
We talked about when we were young and we would arrive at Grandma's, she would be like waiting on the porch,
Yeah.
waiting, and when it was time to go, she would stand on the porch
Yeah. My
until you
grandma did
were
the same thing.
out of
Yeah.
sight. And so we said, like, how do we make customers feel that kind of welcome?
Mhm.
And so that's one of the things that we strive for. Now,
Yeah.
we don't necessarily go out to the parking lot and wait until you're gone.
Tenneil's just all she does is wait. She's the waiter. All you do is wait.
But we do absolutely carry your things
Yeah.
to your car, and we want you to feel like you're welcome there to stay
Yeah.
as long as you want. We also started recognizing how to celebrate the seasons.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to do kind of that hallmark moment
Mm-hmm.
that says, hey, it's spring, hey, it's fall.
Yeah.
So they need great places to take photos.
Yep.
So we have lots of great places to take photos.
Yep.
Some people want to come when there's a crowd and the commotion and
Yep.
the excitement, and they can get a
It's a
cup of
social
coffee,
thing,
and
yep.
it's a social thing, and they can meet all the people there. So we offer that big event to kick off every season.
Okay.
But then we also have weekend hours so that if one, you couldn't make it to the event,
Yep.
or two, maybe the crowd is not your thing,
Right.
that you could come and enjoy the barn in a slower pace, right?
Yes.
Because when I work in the barn all week long, other than the barn cat or an occasional neighbor, there's no one around.
Right.
So we also sort of wanted people to experience that kind of
Yeah.
tranquil side of it. So we offer
Yeah.
both shopping
Yeah.
experiences.
I think that's awesome. Especially because you're catering. It's not like, oh, we don't want to go there because it's always packed, right? Or if you are somebody that, like you said, you want to be a part of it. Like I'm somebody that I like to go when things are happening, right? I like
Right.
to go when things are exciting. I could meet with other people, and things like that, and be like, isn't this super cute? Kind of things like those. Love that. Okay, so with like some of the big like events and stuff, with the kicking off of the seasons, tell me what those look like. I know a lot of the time you do a really good job incorporating other vendors and small businesses kind of into that market setting, right? So talk about that a little bit, because I think that's awesome. the way you do
So
that.
because we started with a horse trailer on Mom's Day Out with things we had rummaged around
Yep.
the house, we really, really believe in small businesses that are maybe not even businesses yet.
Yep.
They're just a little idea or a
Yep.
dream or a what if. And so it was important to us that the opportunities that were provided to us,
Yep.
that we provide those to others and maybe
Yep.
even go a step further. So for example, we are only open one more weekend for spring, but then
Okay.
we'll have our summer event in
Okay.
June. And so that will look like over 75 small business vendors.
Yeah, that's so awesome. From like
there.
multiple areas around here, right?
Yes. I
Well,
used
not
to
people.
put up signs that showed where they were from. We haven't done it the last few years
Mhm.
because of the weather, but
Right.
hopefully this year that cooperates. So yeah, they come from Des Moines, Illinois, Missouri, Wisconsin. They
Yeah.
come from, I would say within a good 3 to 4 hour
Yep.
radius. And everything from like treats for your dog to, homemade spices and barbecue to handmade signs, beautiful decor, clothing boutique.
Yep.
I mean, it is
You have
so
everything.
diverse. We really work hard to bring in a diverse group of vendors. And then I think something that makes us unique is the support that we offer to them. Tips on how to do the best at the market. We try to really promote their business, coach them in social media, and really kind of form a family of small businesses. And the best part is when they no longer come back to your market because they've grown their business online or to a brick and mortar, and they're doing their own thing. So
That's awesome.
in fact, just this last week, first time business, the first time they ever sold anything was at our Farm Life Festival. And they not only have grown to a brick and mortar, but they're now selling their business so that they can move on to their next venture. That was a pretty wow.
Wow, we did something.
Yeah.
Had a hand in that pot. That's pretty cool.
So that was exciting.
Yeah. Well, I know just from the personal side that you do a really good job, like you were saying about not only like cultivating that small business experience, for those smaller vendors, but also, like you said, about being able to help promote them individually within like your Farm Life Festival event, right? So I know like if you follow the Farm Life Festival event, you're putting out like promo videos, pictures of their product and some things about them, right? And that's so cool for them to be able to share not only, hi, this is like a vendor show or a craft show or some kind of event I'm going to be a part of. It's like, I'm going to be a part of this, but they can share their individual spotlight on it. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's so awesome.
and one of the things that we asked them to do coming up here in the next month is I'm trying to get them to record like a 30-second spot about themselves. Not everyone's comfortable in front of a camera. Not everyone's comfortable talking about themselves.
Yep.
And so I'm trying to push them to get comfortable
To do that.
because customers want to see your face.
Yes.
The best part about shopping local is the face behind the business and knowing where your dollars go.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. I completely agree with that. And I think you hit the money right on the nose. That's not right. You hit the nail right on the head. Take a breather, Jordan. You're fine. You hit the nail right on the head when you're with your marketing and the way that you present not only like just the Farm Life Festival, but any kind of your events and things like that. It makes you want to go there. Not only the visual appealing that you do, but like you said, you are somebody that do a lot of live things. You put your face out there. You say, here's who I am. Here's who R7 is. Here's the family, right? Here's what we do. Here's how we came up. And it's a lot of trust in your brand, right? You go, this is how we built it. This is who we are. And it creates all that trust, and it makes you want to shop there. It makes you want to come to your events and support your brand.
Yeah. I can tell you, Jordan, that in the earlier years, it felt risky to attach our family to our brand while our kids were still a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Like, would they love us for it? Would they hate us for it?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I can say now, with the youngest about to turn 16 and most of them all out of high school, they love it. They appreciate it. They feel like they're a part of something. And so I think you have to be strategic and you have to have boundaries.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's really what Chip and Jo did for America, right? Like, we wanted to see their family and still believe in like imperfect but wonderful.
Yeah.
And so I think we share our dysfunction, we share our arguments. I mean, we don't share all of them. And so we really want you to feel like friends and family, whether you're a customer or a vendor. So that's really
I think that's awesome. Okay. Yes, I totally agree, and I just think it is risky to put your family in. Contrary Brewing. No, you're fine. Just leave it on. We're good. Whatever. They'll answer the phone. We'll figure it out. It is risky to attach yourself to this business, right? Even not only just having a family, but it makes you feel vulnerable to put yourself out there, right? And you say,
All right.
okay, so we've talked a lot about experience, right? And how you can't just have this amazing product and this amazing place and things to come to, but that experience is huge, right? So if I'm going there and I'm experiencing this, I'm going to want to come back, right? And I think a huge thing that you do well is that experience changes, with each event, but also it develops over time. So talk a little bit about how you guys differentiate that experience so that if I came 3 years ago, am I going to have the same experience when I go this weekend?
Yeah. So I think each business has to sort of identify there are some things that you want to happen consistently every time you go. I'm going to give the example of Texas Roadhouse. They always ask you, have you been here before?
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know that's coming, and there's a certain amount of comfort in that.
Yep.
Now, that's corporate, but it was once a small business, right? So you have to ask yourself, like, what are some things that we want to be the same, right? The way we greet them, we want to be the same. Yeah?
Waving on the porch.
We need to put a porch on the podcast.
Yeah. There you go, yes.
The creative and amazing displays, we want to be the same.
Yeah.
We don't want to have all the same product in the same places. We don't want to have the same kind of merchandise all of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also want some surprises. So we have to change the way we use the property.
Yep.
Change the customer flow through it. At the events, you have to change who you're inviting to the events, the kind of food or drink that you have available. And so it's important that I stay fresh as a designer, as a hostess, that I have different ideas of how to entertain and welcome them. Yeah. And so for me, I find that if I try to foster that creativity by looking at businesses similar than mine, I risk becoming nothing more than a copycat.
Yep.
And so what I find is you have to do creative care in fields that are different than yours. So like one thing that inspires me is getting into an urban area. The architecture is so different, right?
Yes.
Like walking down the sidewalks of Chicago, like the shapes and the lines and the feeling like wake up a different part of my brain that I use on the farm every day.
With
right?
the cat.
Yes.
Yes.
And so her name is Jackie, by the way. And so, going to an art museum, going to a concert, just things that keep your creative brain awake and giving yourself time to reflect. The other thing is you can't keep adding and adding and adding. Yep. You have to figure out what's something that we're doing that we could let go of, so that there's room for something new.
Yeah. So you don't just keep adding to your plate. You take the good things on your plate, move some other things aside, and then put some other new fresh stuff on there.
Yeah, I think it takes a lot of reflection personally on how you're doing, and then also a lot of analysis and real talk around your business.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I mean, you obviously have the model, right? And you've got it to where you know what you're doing. And you have started to kind of share that with other people, right?
Yeah. So over the last year, I started kind of testing out business coaching, and I really enjoy it. And the businesses are really growing and giving excellent feedback.
Yay! That's so awesome.
It feels a little bit like a pay it forward. Yep. When you can take some lessons that you've learned and maybe save people some mistakes, some money, a little bit of their sanity along the way. And so that has been a really rewarding part over the last year because we have strong relationships with other small businesses. They commonly would ask me questions. Right. And I'm not afraid of answering those, but when I started answering the same questions over and over again, then that's when I know we need a workshop, we need a course.
You're like, I can just tell a whole audience this versus sending the same message to them.
Yeah. So everything from home decor to, like cooking and food products. It could be real estate, anything that is trying to develop a brand, really. Yeah. And some presence with an audience is kind of where my specialty lies. Yeah. I coach on a lot of various aspects of business, but really like developing your brand and making good business decisions through the filter of your brand is really kind of where my specialty is. I
think that's awesome. And I think what we'd also have to have you do is maybe come to a Startup Muscatine sometime and talk a little bit about, some of kind of what you do, because like I said earlier, you have developed such an awesome brand, right? And you don't only have a very homegrown brand, but it's worthwhile too, right? It's not something you only trust in, but you want to go to the barn and you always leave spending money, right? Because it is you've just done a really good job with that.
And I think that most small businesses either happen on accident, like ours did, when your hobby sort of led to something else, or they started with some unknown
Yep.
And so people may not even know, like, what is a business coach?
Yeah.
Like, that sounds fancy, and I probably am not a big enough business
Yeah.
to have one yet. And so what is a business coach? Well, just like the baseball coach kind of watches what you're doing and can coach you, like move back in the batter's box, choke up a little bit, keep your eye on the ball, you know, those kinds of encouragement plus technique. And then also knowing, like, what is the one area that you can focus on right now and get the results you're looking for, either in your bottom line or in your life. Like, there's a lot of people who come who are like, things are going pretty good as a business, but I don't know if the way I'm doing things is sustainable. I need to learn to work through people, with people. And so then we kind of work through that from kind of like a work-life balance. Thing.
That's awesome.
You never get down. No, you ever evolve. And the things I coach around, I learn something too, right? Because I'm not coaching because I've done this perfectly, or I'm an expert, or because you should use my business as the model. I'm coaching because I'm really passionate about being thoughtful and reflective and mindful about how you go about business.
I think that's awesome. So with your business coaching, is it more of like a class setting, a one-on-one? Like, what does that look like? If I was going to get business coaching from you, if someone was going to get business coaching from you, who maybe needed some more on that creative side or that designer side of, like, here's your brand, how to develop it, what's that process look like?
So the personalized coaching is a 6-week partnership where we meet weekly over the course of 6 weeks, and we work on a specific goal related to you. I also seasonally offer workshops that are more like a virtual workshop to attend.
Very cool.
I have a class coming up with the Iowa Center on June 5th, and it is about how to leverage open air markets to grow your small business. So if somebody has listened to this and is like intrigued about that journey, I'll share a lot of great information in that workshop. Or if, like you said, let's do one with startup. Let's. I'm always up for talking. I am an educator, like, by nature.
I think that's such a cool partnership, though. Is it's like, you know, just in my photography brand, I just went on a big content road trip with 2 girls who, you know, they started out as photographers. They grew to elopement photographers. We're kind of in that sweet spot, and they're like, we love where we're at, and we want other people to get here too. And so, I mean, this whole road trip was put on by them, and they do the same thing, right? Where they not only run a successful business, and they're super fulfilled by that, and keep, you know, getting creative within their own field, but they're also spreading that wealth to other people. And so I think it's awesome, you know, kind of the way you do that. And even with the Iowa Center, right? Like, Lindsay's been doing such a good job of reaching out to different people in our area and being able to utilize that specific niche, right? Like, maybe open air markets aren't gonna, like, it's not gonna be everybody's thing, but like that specific, you know, tie is gonna be game changing for so many people.
And I have to say, a lot of what we'll talk about in that one would apply even if you weren't going to an open air market, right? Because it's how do you leverage that moment with the customer to have an ongoing payoff. That's really what
absolutely. That's awesome. That's so awesome. So if I was going to, so I've been to the R7 barn, obviously. And it's wonderful. If someone that has never been there, or they don't know about R7 yet, which they need to, what can they expect when they come to the barn?
Well, the first thing they need to do, right, is click on over Instagram, Facebook, whatever, follow R7 Reclaim. Because part of the fun of coming to the barn is seeing in person all of these things that you've been following and watching. And so what I would say is expect, like, modern style with the nostalgia feels from your childhood, right? There's going to be something that you're like, oh man, I drank out of that cup of my grandma's, or oh, I loved that cartoon. There's going to be these, like, triggers that take you back to nostalgia. And then there's also, like, whatever's seasonally appropriate. So, like, gorgeous flowers in the springs, pumpkins in the fall, you know, like all of the Christmas greenery. So expect a little bit of a seasonal element, mixing the outdoors and the inside. And we also have great gift items. So if you're shopping for, like, a shower or something, you're going to find something with us you're not going to find somewhere else. And then, like, specialty items. Like, we have certain drink mixes, cracker mixes. Kind of that I came to the barn and I'm taking home this special thing.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome. Okay, and then I know you already alluded to it a little bit, but in June is your big Farm Life Festival. Tell the people why they need to be there. I mean, you're going to have, what'd you say, 75 vendors?
Yeah, there's going to be over 75 vendors.
Amazing.
And I'm going to use a brave word. It's going to be epic.
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 We'll spell that out. I
Yeah.
almost did the C backwards.
So we've always done Farm Life Festival directly around the barn,
Yes.
but we've sort of outgrown that space.
Yes.
And it always limited the number of small businesses we
Yes.
could host. So we have 3 stops this year,
Okay.
starting at the Grandview Historic School, and there will be vendors, food, and music
Cool.
broadcasted from the schoolhouse yard.
Didn't know that.
Yes.
Love that. Okay.
And then we are revealing our project that we've been working on, a building downtown that will be an Airbnb.
Okay.
And so you'll be able to shop that, as well as there's an event space there that we've been working on remodeling, and there will be vendors there. And so when you park, you will, hang out at the schoolhouse
Yeah.
yard. Then you can hop on a golf cart shuttle or this adorable trolley, and you can hop your way to the 3 locations. So, I mean, I love that. There's going to be
Epic.
Yes, epic. I don't use that word lightly.
Well, yeah, that sounds amazing.
So June 24th.
June 24th.
We have a little bit of space if you have a really unique small business.
Yeah.
At the schoolhouse, we still have room. We could add a few small businesses and gather up your shopping people and come check it out because it's going to be amazing.
It's gonna be epic.
Epic.
It's gonna be epic. And all of our 7 is epic. Your brand is epic. You did a great job. And I just think you're cool. I think you're really cool.
I think you're cool too.
Thank you so much.
That means a lot coming from you.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Cheers, Tia. Thanks for coming
Thanks
on.
to Contrary Brewing.
Yes, thank you, Contrary, for always letting us in here and, letting us do our thing while they brew wonderful beer in the back and do all the maintenance things they need to do before they open up for the evening. And yeah. Well, thank you to Tenneil. Thank you to R7 as a whole, as a brand, and the amazing things you bring to our Iowa community. Yeah, we love it. You have to check it out. You have to be at the Farm Life Festival. It's going to be epic. You heard it yourself. Tenneil will be waving on their porch they're about to build tonight after this to greet you and when you leave too, just like Grandma did. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Hannah Howard for being behind the camera and always keeping it rolling even when it doesn't, and then putting up with my anger when it doesn't. It's fine though. So thank you so much, Tenneil. And we'll see you at the Farm Life Festival.
Woohoo!
And excited. And on June 5th for the Iowa Center class, and then maybe coming up for Startup Muscatine too. So cheers to you.
Cheers.
And cheers to you guys. We'll see you next time.